two things. First, I'm going to be making some more window coverings, and second, we're going to talk about what I use for an address on things like my resume or applying for jobs. So as far as window covers go, I've made them for 8 out of the 10 windows in this van, and the 2 that I have not made them for are the driver and passenger side door. The reason for that being that I figured if I just covered all the windows in the back half of the van and then behind these seats just kind of put like a sheet or a curtain or something, that would be enough privacy, and it totally is. It's super chillin'. However, oh, and then I also have like a store-bought one for the windshield. So those all work great. The only thing is that my driver's side door and my passenger side door, the windows aren't tinted, so when you walk by you can still kind of see in, and you just see like a curtain hanging here, and then I feel like that's kind of like, oh, this person has a curtain, like what are they hiding from me? Is it just because they want privacy? Are they in there? Or oh, is there something valuable behind there, you know? So I also have all of this extra Reflectix from when I did all of these other windows. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it and make covers for the 2 front doors. I definitely don't think that is going to be the end all be all on whether my van ever gets broken into or not. It's just something that for peace of mind would make me feel more comfortable, and I've got all this extra Reflectix, so why not? Oh, also real quick, in case you have no idea what I'm talking about with window covers, because I know not everybody is gonna be like, huh? These are the window covers that I have. They are black on one side and then Reflectix on the other. So I'm not going to put the black fabric on the 2 that I'm going to make today. I'm just going to cut the Reflectix and size / shape them because I got somewhere to be. I'm kind of on a time crunch, but I will definitely do that later. So I've made a video / type tutorial thing on how I've made these. Can you even hear me with this noise? Anyways. I've made a video on how I've made these before when I made all those other ones, so I'm not gonna like go over it. I'm just gonna kind of like randomly film this. But I can't, 'cause I'm in the mood. I don't think it's worth so hard, 'cause when I try it doesn't seem. Hey, look at that. It looks so pretty. How's the other side look? Other side looks so good too. Okay, so now that that's finished, let's talk about jobs. Again, I've made a video listing I think like 5 different ways that you can get an address or get mail, but even still I frequently get asked this question of like what you put specifically when you are going to apply for a job, or what address I put on my resume. So we're just gonna tackle that one more time. So here's the deal. For seasonal jobs, it is so easy to just explain to them the situation. I mean, I don't think that they ever I've never had a situation where I've put down like a different state and then they've questioned me because of the fact that they are seasonal. So they're well aware that most of the people who are going to be working for them don't necessarily live in that area. They are traveling to work there, and then when they're done, they're going to go somewhere else or go back wherever they're from or whatever. So seasonal jobs have been definitely one of the easier areas to maneuver around because they just don't really ask for explanations. And then now the majority of the work that I do is freelancing, so it's all online, and so my employers don't really need an address. They don't send me anything by snail mail. It's all email, digital. So the only thing I need an address for is to sign up for the website that I go through so that I can, you know, do my taxes and everything. But that could be literally any address. So there have been times, like there still are times, where I will get a physical job, especially if I plan to stay in an area for an extended amount of time. So for that, and when I'm talking about those, I'm not talking about seasonal jobs. I'm saying like specifically like 9-to-5s, or maybe even like a restaurant job or something with a super flexible schedule, but in that spectrum. So they're very traditional style jobs. So when you fill out your application, when you give them a resume, if you do, then you put an address on there. So in that case, what's up? So my preferred method of having an address is a UPS mailbox, and UPS is not the only one. There's tons of companies where you can get a residential, like it's like a street address. It is not a PO box. It can go on your driver's license. You want to register to vote, you can use it. You can do a lot with this address. So that is, I have that, and so I will use that when I'm getting a job. Now here's the thing, that address is in a specific state. So if I want to get a job in another state, I will still put down that address, and for the most part, if they ask me, like, okay, why is this address, I will just tell them. I usually, like I said, if it's like a traditional style job and they don't know about people who live in vans, and I'm not trying to freak them out, you know, I'm trying to get a job. So I'll just tell them like, hey, this is my old address and I just moved here like a week ago. Not really sure where I'm gonna be living, so I can update you on the address, you know, once I get hired. And then if they kind of question it more, I mean, you could tell them that you're just staying with friends for right now, that you're apartment shopping, that, you know, you want to take your time, you're not trying to rush into a decision. Like, I don't know, you're renting an Airbnb until you can find a place, so you don't want to put the Airbnb address down. Like, there's all kinds of things. So generally, for me, what I will do is I will use my UPS mailbox address, which is in a different state, and then I will just tell them something like that, like, yeah, I just moved here, so I don't have an address yet, but I can update you. And then I usually just don't. There have also been times where I've been lucky enough to have some friends or family in a state that I want to be working in, or just even maybe if it's just like people that I know, and I'll just ask them like, hey, you know, I'm gonna apply for this job, can I borrow your address, because, you know, I don't really got one. And they're like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So then yeah, I will borrow people's addresses. I think that as long as you ask them, I wouldn't do that without their permission, because yeah, I don't know, I just wouldn't do that. It feels wrong. I don't know if that's illegal or not. I mean, it sounds like it could be, but I don't know. So don't, yeah, no idea. I think that if you're going to use somebody else's address, I think that is a really good idea. It is very helpful. I have done it, but I think you should definitely get their permission first, because the legalities of all of that, you have no say, bro. Again, that is just how I personally handle the whole situation with having an address and getting a job, and sometimes those two things being in different states. You know, you kind of just gotta work with what you got. I honestly wish that I had like more to say about this, or like more advice to give on this topic, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah. So if you've ever been in this situation and you have some more to say about it, please, please, please leave it in the comments, so that way anyone who's looking for an answer to this question, you know, you'll be doing them a solid, helping them out a little bit. And that is it for this. I will see you guys next time.